As the Israel-Gaza war intensifies, all eyes are on the Rafah crossing between Egypt and Gaza. With Gaza's other two crossings with Israel shut, Rafah is the only potential entry point for aid into Gaza and exit point for people wanting to leave. But it's not open freely. Why is that? And what exactly is Egypt's position in all this? Egypt tightly controls the movement through the Rafah crossing. There are a couple of reasons for that. First, security. Egypt has been fighting militants affiliated with the Islamic State group for years in Sinai, which is in the northern east part of Egypt bordering Gaza. These militants were accused of killing hundreds of Egyptian soldiers and policemen. And over the years, hundreds of tunnels were dug from Gaza to Egypt under Rafah by Palestinians in Gaza. And Cairo said that some of these tunnels were used to smuggle weapons. So it needs to check everything that goes in and out of Gaza. Another reason is that Egypt doesn't agree on any plan to carry out a wide-scale resettlement of Palestinians in Sinai. Egypt doesn't have camps, facilities or areas capable of accommodating such large numbers. What's more is that Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has said that Palestinians should stay on their own land in Gaza to support the cause for an independent state.
قد أكدت مصر وتجدد التجديد على الرفض التام للتهجير القسري للفلسطينيين ونزوحهم إلى الأراضي المصرية في سيناء.
In the last few years, Rafah crossing has been operating regularly between Egypt and Gaza. It opens 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and thousands of Palestinians enter every month, according to UN figures. They come for medical treatment, to study in the Egyptian universities, or visit relatives. But this hasn't been the situation along the way. Some years, the border was closed, depending on the developments between Egypt and Hamas, and also the situation in Egypt's politics and security. Egypt supports the two-state solution for an independent Palestine to exist alongside Israel. But Egypt has a complex history with Israel and Gaza. This goes back to 1948, when a war started between Israel and a handful of Arab countries, including Egypt, which ended in Egypt controlling Gaza. In 1967, another war started between Israel and some Arab countries, including Egypt, ending with Israel taking over Gaza, among other areas. In 2007, Hamas took over Gaza, and the situation on the border between Egypt and Hamas became more complex. But what Egypt has is good terms, let's say, with all the parties involved in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. And Egypt uses this to try to mediate a ceasefire in any round of escalation between Israel and Gaza, including this one. We can easily say that the everyday Egyptians support Palestine. You can see that clearly on social media with posts and tweets condemning what Israel did with the harsh bombardment on civilians. On the ground, you find Al-Azhar, which is the highest religious institution in Egypt, called what Israel is doing in Gaza a genocide and a war crime. Al-Azhar is widely followed by Egyptians. There were also protests in Cairo and other Egyptian cities with people raising the Palestinian flag, wearing the Palestinian scarf and chanting, "Free Palestine, victory for Gaza, open the border."